Top Billin. Before I get into a little bit of a film study of my man Mac Jones from the national championship game, I wanted to talk about the disrespect of this kid, right? So this is what people do. They work from preconceived notions instead of analysis, right? So for the simple fact that a lot of these people didn't think highly of Mac Jones entering the season, he is unable to shake that despite having an all-time great season. You can say he arguably had the greatest season of all time from the quarterback position, especially considering the circumstances of having to play an all SEC schedule, right? So me, I don't have those problems, baby. Like I said before, I lead trends. I do not follow them. So Mac Jones, as far back as last year, the Arkansas game or whatever like that, I was saying how much I love this kid's game, how I saw him at our Rivals 5-Star Challenge just completely be a leader of men with all those guys when I worked at Rivals, and Najee Harris and Alex Leatherwood, all these guys, Devontae Smith, all of them were in this 5-Star Challenge, and you could just tell how they gravitated to him, his arm talent. I think he's a better athlete than people talk about, especially from the pocket and stuff like that. So this is stuff that I was doing on Mac Jones a long time ago. So I don't have those preconceived notions to shake. All I know is this man went for 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, nearly 5,000 yards in a shortened season. Absolutely phenomenal. So people will place that against like a Tua Tagovailoa, who everybody loved, right? Came with the hype and everything like that in the same exact class as Mac Jones. Everybody loved him, but then they'll place Mac Jones as being a system guy that just has a ton of weapons around him. When he had less weapons than Tua. Tua had every weapon that Mac Jones had right now, including the offensive coordinator and everything like that, along with 2 first-round draft picks at wide receiver and Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs. Imagine that. Mac Jones is that dude, man. 77.4 completion percentage, and he's not a game manager or whatever you want to call this. He pushes the ball down the field, side adjust, back to the basket, play action fakes. All this was on display on the national championship game, and I'll go through some of that right there. But he put it all on tape throughout the entire year, and the national championship game was a microcosm of that. Didn't even have Devontae Smith for the second half after he was injured. So imagine that. I liken him to like a Kirk Cousins, right? Kirk Cousins, NFL veteran, now 32 years old. People always say like, oh, you're not going to draft these guys like Mac Jones, or these guys aren't going to be good in the NFL because everyone has to be like Lamar Jackson or something like that. Ball distribution will never go away in professional football. Never. There will always be a premium placed on getting the ball to targets and protecting your quarterback by way of them just distributing the ball and not taking a bunch of hits. Kirk Cousins, 32 years old, Minnesota Vikings. Look at him last year. 67.6% completion percentage. Threw for 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 105 rating. 32 years old. This man ran a 4.93 at the combine when he was younger. 6'3", 214, pretty much 6'3", virtually 6'3", 214, just like Mac Jones right here, right? 6'3", 214. Very similar makeup there. I think Mac Jones is very much should be thought of as perhaps a top 10 draft pick in this particular game. Always a premium placed on ball distribution, y'all. Never forget that. But let's go ahead and get into it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, the ability to quickly go through your progressions. He can work front side, work to his secondary read, work to his tertiary read, and then go to a check down if necessary. He will exhaust all options, but he's also not a statue back there, not by any stretch of the imagination. We see right here, multiple players to the right side, to the field side. Quickly works backside, bang. Hits Slade Bolden backside. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. People bearing down in your face and everything like that. Working out of the shotgun here. We can see flat route by Najee here. It's like Forrestal and Devontae Smith in the same area. And Smith looked like he's working towards the pylon or something like that. But nothing open over there in the timely manner that he wanted it to be. So you can see him quickly work backside here. And then he sees it with Slade Bolden working away from Seven Banks here, the defender there. And he has plus arm talent. So even though they're relatively close in proximity, it doesn't matter. He's got that piston quick release, over-the-top classic delivery. Product placement is usually the truth. Bang. Nasty. That's what I like to see from NFL quarterbacks. The ability to quickly go through your progressions and exhaust all options. What do I say? The more progressions you go through, the higher the percentage is you complete a pass. And that's what you want. You want to complete passes. Tight window throws in the quick game. That's the staple of the NFL. That separates men from boys, pretenders from contenders. You get what I'm saying there. Check this out right here. Front-facing play action fake. Oh, what's the window of opportunity on something like that, right? Hitting John Mechie with 7 banks all over him. Look at this. Front-facing play action fake, right? This is one of them NFL RPOs where it's almost like you're RPOing off a potential wide zone, right? You got the split element in it as well. You can see the zone flow action here. But working off of Pete Warner here, and you got all these guys at the initial level here looking to put their hands up, so you have to be able to obviously kind of look this off, kind of eye them off as well, and then place it. Look at this man being held the entire way right here, held the entire way, anticipatory throw right by a tough Borland there, but still no room for error right there. Puts it right, pitch perfect. That's hard. Come on, man. He's showing you all kinds of shit. Half moon RPO here. You're going to have Devontae in that half moon orbit here. So what this does is allows him to get out in space, but you can't take advantage of this if, one, your quarterback does not have a piston quick release and your quarterback is not absolutely accurate to where the guy can get the ball delivered exactly where it needs to be to just go ahead and run, right? It's like shooting yourself in the foot if you can't do that. Like you see here, Mac Jones, he don't have them problems. Half moon motion there. Look at that. Oh, my God. Just look at the quick release. No pat, right? No rhythm, no pat on this. Doesn't have to pat the rock. Ends up being a front-facing play-action fake here. No load, no gather. Look at this. Look at the throwing motion here. Look at that. Doesn't bring it all the way down. Look, he brings it right there, shoulder level, cocks and fires with a slight bend at the elbow. And look where the ball goes. Pitch perfect. Right where Devontae can get the ball and simply run after the catch. That's the little things that you have to pay attention to when you're scouting. The ability to stay ahead of the sticks. Now, he's not going to scramble for 50 yards and everything like that, but this is what you want right here. Sometimes it's just the willingness to run. That's all it is. You see right here, scrambles, get 7 yards on first down. Now, this is Ohio State. I don't hear nobody talking about, oh, well, it's different in the NFL. It is different in the NFL, but this is a decently good barometer, if not one of the best barometers you can have here. Tons of NFL talent on here. This is not the Eastern Tampon State for the School of the Blind in Automotive Repair. So, right, it's Ohio State. You can see them surveying here. You got combination coverage, so they're working underneath in zone, and he still is able to get himself 7 yards. Just the ability to quickly go through his progressions and see that it won't be there, and he's off. What he has to do, though, is definitely learn how to slide. So he's trying to – I don't know what he's doing right here. He's like caught in between sliding and diving. So once he learns how to slide, he can protect himself in that manner and not hurt himself each time. He'll be fine. He is not a stiff. All right, still going to be working against zone here. You have Slade Bolden right here on the orbit motion. And his ability, right, he's going to get depth on this. Front-facing play-action fake, and he's going to get depth with the lineman pulling with him. But you can just see the arm talent to be able to get it in this little tight zone window, and it just really be nothing right there, right? If you had a lollipop arm or whatever, people will try to say that he has, which is dumb. You can see right here, this little window right here going to John Mechie. You can see a triumvirate of defenders, and he has to get it right there, but no problem. Quick release, arm strength is on point. One more time. See it right there? You can see him right here, right? Triangle of defenders. If he couldn't get it there, these are the type of throws that get intercepted if you don't have good arm strength. He puts it on the rope, and his release cuts down on the time that the ball is in flight as well because it's just so damn quick. All right, for my money, Mac Jones was the best thrower of the vertical pass this season. He just was. Front-facing play-action fake, of course. Now look at him. What does he do? Despite the fact, this is the only problem I have with Mac Jones is he doesn't have 25 starts, which is something that I like for a quarterback to have. And I want to say he has about 500 and something pass attempts. But of course, most of them coming this year. But he's also a fourth-year junior, so he's been in school a lot. You can see him initially, right, front-facing play action, initially hold the safety right here, the post safety. So they're playing probably looks like cover 3. They're either cover 3 or it's man free. But you can see here, somebody bearing down in his face. Jonathan Cooper coming free here. It doesn't matter. Super quick release. Able to feather the clutch when he can drive the ball when necessary, but he just has great product placement on these deep passes. Shaun Wade, yeah, he's over there getting that community loving, right? But look at the pass. It's too easy. Just too easy. He pushes the ball downfield with the best of them, man. So if you wanted to label him a game manager or something like that, to me, it's just you're just having preconceived notions. Pocket awareness, pocket mobility, keeping your eyes downfield. Look at that. Feathered the clutch on him, kept his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage, pumped him the hole, and then delivered the ball off his back feet. Fall away jumper on him over Pete Werner to Jaleel Billingsley. But you can see right here the pocket mobility, understanding when and where not to go with things, going through his progression as well, right? So seeing the zone here, that wouldn't be good to go to Najee here, then following the drag with Billingsley. He didn't go anywhere. Actually, it looked like it was a stop route with Billingsley. He threw him open by going this way, scrambling, right? That's the Joe Burrow thing right here. Scrambling, but with the intent to throw. You can see right there. Billingsley follows. Scramble rules apply. Perfect. Two-man route combination. John Mechie looks like he's running an over route here. You have a corner route here by Devontae Smith. Long developing route, but his ability to decipher coverage on the fly. This initially looks like it was going to be some type of deep third coverage. However, the cornerback here to the boundary, Seven Banks, didn't get the memo. He plays it almost like cover 2, and Mac Jones quickly realizes that and then knows, of course, with that, that'll be a super void over here. Pushes the ball down the field. You can see it's a pretty deep throw there. One that takes a little bit of arm strength. Back to the basket play action fake. We're not going to be able to see Mac Jones from this particular portion, but you can see it develop here. Seven Banks not working vertically up the field like you see Shaun Wade doing here, but you do see the post safety getting depth there. So being able to quickly decipher that, push the ball, bang, look at that arm strength. Look how the ball cuts through the wind, man. Just follow the ball. Ooh. Come on, man. This kid is a lot better than people are giving him credit for. Stop giving his success to everyone else. Three-man route combination from the field side. What do I say? Arm strength, I like to measure it by those opposite hash throws, especially out routes and routes going to the sideline here. You got the 3x1, a nub side over here, but you'll have Jalen Waddle here. He's going to be on a whip route. You have John Mechie here pretty much on a clear out route. And then you'll have an out route by Devontae Smith. And he gets it there, no problems. None. Can't see him off the screen here, but you can see the throw itself. Boom. Shaun Wade can't get there. These are the throws here. I love this angle right here because you can see how the ball has to travel. Even though it's a short throw in theory, it's from the opposite hash, so you add a lot more yardage onto that. But, look at the product placement. Come on, man. This man out here putting on a masterclass. Willingness to use his evacuation plan. Step up in the pocket, nothing there. Run it. Just got to learn how to slide. That's it. But what? He keeps you ahead of the chains. This is first down again, front-facing play action fake. Quickly, there's pocket breaches there. But look at the pocket mobility. Look at that. Pocket mobility, climb the pocket, still keeping his eyes downfield, but recognizing like, well, nothing there. Let me go ahead and take what the defense gives me. Let me get you about 8-9 yards or whatever it was. Come on, man. Back to the basket, play action fake. This time going through his progressions, climbs the pocket and finds Jalen Waddle right here, right? A gimpy Jalen Waddle still getting Shaun Wade the blues there. But I just love the pocket mobility. Back to the basket play action fake, something that you would actually have to do in the NFL. Gets depth. has to find an evacuation plan to keep this play alive, and you can see Waddle starting to uncover on the out route here. And he delivers it perfectly. So come on, man. If we're looking at the NFL draft here and some of these teams that need quarterbacks, New York Jets could definitely use somebody with his type of skill set. Think about the lineage of this being a Kyle Shanahan offense. He had Kirk Cousins in Washington. It's reported that that's one of his favorite quarterbacks all time that he had. That would be very dope. Wouldn't necessarily take him at number 2 just from a value standpoint, that I just feel that he will be available later. So you could trade back and get him if you felt necessary. But, man, they already have Sam Darnold. Who's to say Sam Darnold's not better with the new regime? So Houston's a team that's going to need a quarterback if Deshaun Watson opts out there. A lot of these teams, Atlanta, I feel like a lot of these teams could trade back and get Mac Jones maybe in the middle of the first round, and there'd just be more value and they could accumulate picks. Carolina needs a quarterback, perhaps Teddy Bridgewater, if they're not sold on him long term there. San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan himself. If they're not good with Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones pushes the ball downfield, very similar to a Jimmy Garoppolo as far as the little things that he does, but to me he has more arm talent, or at least the willingness to have more arm talent. So a lot of options for him, but we shall see. But I'm a believer in his talent, and I believe he will be a very good quarterback in the National Football League. All right, make sure you like and tell a friend to tell a friend about this one right here. Subscribe. Let me know what you think about Mac Jones' ability as it pertains to the NFL, and let me know why Mac Jones is getting hated on like he is. All right? It's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Thanks for watching. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.